Okay, we're back again. Let's take a look at manufacturing. In our Agility Overview demo, this section is called Make It. This time we're going to look at a pop order, number 41, that we created earlier. We're going to actually work on our material movement, our real-time movement. We're actually going to physically move our raw materials from the bins they're in into the manufacturing area and actually issue them to WIP. There are many ways to do this. Some people stage and then issue to WIP. Other people just issue direct. I'm going to do it the simple way today, which is just issuing it directly into WIP. The WiSys material plan looks very similar to the shop floor plan, where instead of backflushing, you can actually do those discrete material issues. And that's important when you're manufacturing something that is going to have some variety in the material plan. Sometimes you need a little more chocolate, sometimes you need a little less. So let's see how that works. And finally, we're going to report production. And we're going to report to the pallet and then print a pallet label. And you're going to actually see the reporting create that lot number that we looked at when we set up in the beginning. Okay, let's go on. Okay, looking at our material and our items that we're going to manufacture, I know that we started by creating a pop order for s'mores. That pop order is listed right here in Open Pop Orders, and I can see that that pop order is available and it's released. WiSys not only created it unreleased, but we also released it. One of the options over here is printing pop pick tickets. So for this warehouse, I want to look at all orders that need to be printed. I could print all of them at one time, or I can simply create one work order at a time. So I'll go ahead and print that. Again, it's crystal, so you can make it look how you'd like. These are the components that I'm going to need to issue. Okay, let's move over to the handheld. On our handheld, we're going to go to the pop section, and we're going to look at the pop issue transaction. I'm going to just look up the pop order that I want, and I'm going to then scan the component that I want to work on. So I'm going to grab chocolate, and I'm going to go physically to the bin where that's located. So I'm going to go to the item that I want to grab that matches my pick ticket. I'll scan the barcode, and then I'll scan the bin, and I'll scan the lot for that specific item coming out of that bin, and I'll issue the quantity that I need, 10. And I'm ready for the next item. And the next item I'm going to come to on the pick ticket is graham crackers. So I'm going to scan the item, I'm going to scan the bin, and I'm going to scan the lot. So I'm actually going to issue this to the work order. And finally, because my marshmallow comes in a giant tub, I'm going to actually issue this one a little differently. So I'm going to scan the item, I'm going to scan the bin, and then I'm going to scan the lot. But this time the quantity, I'm going to issue all 100. So I've now overissued my marshmallow. And that's okay, because when I'm done manufacturing, whatever's left, I'll weigh it and put it back. Okay, now I'm issued, and I can go to production. So now I'm going to begin manufacturing. And because manufacturing comes out as cases, and I put cases of product on a pallet, I'm going to go ahead and use pallet manufacturing. So I'm going to go to Pop and go to Pallet Production. I'm going to hit Enter to get the next pallet. And my work order again is 41. And when I go ahead and manufacture, you can now see that it's going to take the finished goods that I'm going to make, and it's going to drop them automatically into my finished good pop bin. And notice that it's created the lot number for me automatically. Work order 41 plus the Julian date. Now, as these come off, I need to put 5 on the first pallet. And I'll get a label. I'm going to print it to my PDF. And here's our pallet label. And whatever you need on yours, you can print. Again, it's a crystal label. And we'll follow the same procedure here to finish our production. And I hit enter to get the next pallet number. My work order is 41, and my next quantity has to be 5. And notice that the remaining quantity to manufacture is 5, and again it's going into the same bin and the same lot number. And I'll go ahead and just ignore that pallet. Okay, so now I've just finished my production. If I go back to my manufacturing list here and I look at my work order, you can see that I have made the 10. And if I refresh this grid and click on S'mores, you'll see I have some pallets. So here are my pallets, and here are my lots. And I can see the production records if I need to see those.